Okay, so hi, it's me again. I didn't post a video last week because life has been a little busy. We've got house stuff to do, I have my own stuff to do, and I didn't have very much to talk about. Hold on. I still don't have a whole lot to talk about, so I figured I would just show you all the stuff I use, because that's always fun. I mean, if you're getting into it or you're just not sure what you want to use. I do a lot of crafts, so I have a lot of experience with choosing things. I think that for the most part, this is going to be a knitting blog, because for the most part, that is what I do. If I have something really cool to show you, something else, I'll probably stick it in here somewhere, or maybe at the end I'll put different stuff, but primarily I do knit, so this will primarily be a knitting blog. So we'll see. But yeah, anyway, so to this week, I haven't really gotten anything new, except I did get one thing that is not knitting related. Like, here I am already breaking my rules. I can find it. Oh, yeah. So I got myself some needle minders, because I have never had any before for my cross stitch. If you don't know what a needle minder is, it's basically just a magnet that you can stick your needles to, and it's got, like, see, it's got a little magnet that goes on the back so you can stick it on your cross stitch. But I got this one, and it's a cute little tree, and it's so tiny, and it came with this one too, like as a freebie, I guess, which is cute too. I got that from an Etsy store, like always. I actually get stuff from Etsy a lot because I'm on there anyway. So then, oh, I just dropped it. There's people outside. Anyway, so I'll just start with my knitting stuff, I guess. I don't have a whole lot of it. It took me a long time to find the needles that I really like. I started out on, the cheapy aluminum ones from just a store, and then I switched to these ones. They're interchangeable plastic, and I actually really do like these. I have a couple different sizes, but they make a squeaky sound, and it's not with all yarns, it's just with acrylic, but I tend to use acrylic because it's cheap, and I make a lot of cheap stuff, not for my store, but for like other people, and it's easy to wash. And so I was using these mostly for my dog stuff, which is done in acrylic, and it just squeaked all the time. Squeak, 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 squeak. It drives me crazy. Okay, sorry, so there's going to probably be a few cuts in this video, which I don't tend to do. But my dog is barking. Something's going on outside, and he is not happy about it. And I don't want you to have to listen to him bark the whole time. So I'll probably cut out most of his barking, and hope that I don't cut out anything important. So if I just pause and am quiet for a minute, it's because he was just barking, and I cut it out. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, these. I forget where I got them from. I think it might have been Craftsy. One of those knitting needle places. They're called Marbles. It's the same people that do... Oh, I can't remember. I'll have to look into it later. But they're called Marbles, and I do really like them. They're very light, and they're not actually as bendy as you'd think they would be. I mean, I've had them for a year, and they have not snapped. So, and I do like them. Their cables are pretty nice. They're pretty bendy. They're different colors depending on the size. But I needed less squeaky needles. So, it was fine. I only bought two. I bought these, and these are 6s, I think. And I bought 8s. I really like the 8s. The 8s are really nice. I use them a lot still. But I also would never buy them in smaller sizes because I'm sure they would snap. So then I got these. Some of you may notice these. Recognize them. They're knit picks. They're the Caspian. I got the set, and it came with a whole bunch of stuff. It came with a bunch of cables that are not in here for some reason. And it came with... I had the bag. Well, I have a baggie of them. It comes with these little things that go on the end of the cables. And you twist them on there so that they're cable stoppers, I think. Something like that. So that your work doesn't come off if you need to use the needles for something else. And they're pretty cool. I like them. But they're wood. And I don't mind wood. I like the wood, but I've been knitting more now. Okay, back again. Dogs were playing, making lots of noise. That's fine. They're allowed to play, but you don't want to hear them play. Anyway, so I needed something not softer. I needed something... Did I say softer? I don't remember. I needed something that wasn't wood because I was knitting faster and the wood wasn't able to keep up. So I talked about this a little last time, I think. But I mostly use them for double knitting now since I don't do that very fast anyway. So I switched... Well, no. Then I tried this. I got this for a blanket I was doing for my husband, which never got done. But anyway, I wasn't sure what I was going to do yet. He wants it in bulky yarn, and I don't know. I mean, I know how to use it, obviously, but I'm just not sure what to make with it. Anyway, I ordered these because I didn't have any huge needles, and I think these are around the size that you're supposed to use for it. Or close to it, I don't know. And these are bamboo, and I had never used bamboo before. I just got them because they were on Amazon and they were cheap, and I needed cheap. And they're okay. I don't mind them, but they feel kind of weird. I don't know. They're slippery and stuff, but I definitely wouldn't want them in smaller needles. I would be afraid they would break. And these ones, they're pretty thick, but... So, then I switched to these ones. Maybe you recognize the case. It's Hiya Hiya. They're not actually the first metal needles I got. I first got, this one? Oh, where did that come from? Oh, this is my, yeah, okay. I first got Chiagu. You might recognize the red. I really do like these ones, but I wasn't sure yet. So I decided to get the Hiya Hiya sock ones because they were on sale at the time, I think. I forget. But it comes with 4 different sizes. I think it's a 1 and 1.5, 2, and 2.5. It does not come with a 3. I had to get a 3 separately, but I did because I need 3s also. And I really like them. I do. They feel like they're a little thicker, but they're really light. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, they're very light. I tend to knit looser on them, I think, than the Chiago for some reason. Maybe because they're lighter. I'm not sure, but I knit so fast now. It's like crazy. So I've got those. I got them. I don't have them in bigger sizes. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for bigger sizes, but I mostly knit in sock yarn anyway right now. So we'll see when I get to that point, probably. I also have the little Caspian ones in sock needles. They're adorable, but they're wood. And they work. I don't mind them, but I'm always afraid I'm going to snap them. And I've heard stories about snapping, and I can totally see why they're like sticks. They really are. But I also, like I said, I switched to metal for a reason. So I was just trying, at the time I was trying to make specific socks, and I could not get the gauge. And it turned out that I just like my socks knitted tighter than most people, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I don't like my skin showing through them, and a lot of the time when I'm trying to match a gauge, it does. So I prefer to just put more stitches on and make it tighter, which I learned through trial and error. I think that's all I've really got for that. I mean, here's the bag I was looking for. I mean, that's all I really have for knitting. I mean, I got these little stitch markers. Nothing fancy, just cheapo ones. Because I don't really use them that often, and when I do, the colors are actually really helpful because I use them to count more than anything. So, I mean, I showed you my little thing last week that I used for double knitting that can be used for Fair Isle and just anything two-colored. Also, I have little tiny scissors that I use. I mean, everything else is pretty basic. So I guess I'll just talk about some other stuff. I mean, if you're not interested in this, you can just skip over this part of the video. But I also crochet. And my crochet stuff is actually really basic. It's just this thing. Like, I don't use any really nice crochet needles. I thought about getting wood ones for a while, but I never did it for some reason. I don't know why. I guess by then I was already starting to knit more. But these work really well. It comes in a bunch of different sizes. It goes all the way down to thread needles. Although I think I lost this one right here. But I have the rest of them. They're just gone on projects. Which are not important. Most of them are donation stuff. I do Warm Up America. And so that's where a lot of these needles are. Is squares for that. I also have this one. It is a Tunisian crochet needle. I don't know if any of you know what that is. But it's basically knitting with a crochet hook. I said crochet needle. I mean crochet hook. You put the cable right here and screw on one of those ends on the other end, and you knit across, but you always have one stitch on here from your previous one. So it's basically like knitting, like you do with knitting needles, where you have stitches all across, and then you go back and forth with this needle, or with this hook, and it's pretty cool. I am still very, very basic at it, but as you can see, this matches my knitting needles, which I thought was fun. So I don't know, I might get more into that. I have not decided yet, but it's pretty cool and it looks cool, and we'll see where I go with that. That's really all I got for crochet. I mean, yeah, you don't really need a lot for that, which is why it's so cool. You don't need a lot. You can literally do tons of crochet with just one crochet needle if you get the right size for what you're doing. So then I have tatting stuff, which I do not very often, but I do love it. It's so much fun. And it turns out so cool. And it turns out I can't find one of them. They're somewhere attached to one of my projects, which are in, I need to sort them better. But my favorite one is this one, which I don't use as much anymore because I got a tiny crochet needle to attach to my picot. It's not over here, but it's a picot measurement thing, basically. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. It's just a little square that measures picots so that they're even. If you don't know what that is, it doesn't matter. It's just this little loop, so it just measures it so that they're all even and they look similar. I have a hard time with that by eye, so of course I got one. I got a crochet hook to go on it. It's teeny tiny. It looks basically like this one, but this is a crochet hook. I don't know, you can't really tell, but it is. It goes on the keychain that I have, my picot. I cannot remember what it's called. But it goes on the same keychain, so I don't use this much anymore because it doesn't hold very much yarn. But it's so pretty, and I love it so much, and it's so pretty. I also got these all from the same Etsy shop, actually. And then I have this one. This one's newer. It's a lot bigger. It holds a lot more yarn, which is nice because it means I don't have to join yarn as much. It's like knitting or crocheting where if you run out, you have to join. Well, not yarn, it's thread, but, you know, you get the gist. I have another one that's like this, but different color, and it's the one that I can't find. It's somewhere in my drawers. I don't feel like searching for it too crazy. So yeah. I wish I knew where my keychain was. I would show you that, but it's not a big deal. I usually just keep it on my hand while I'm tatting. That way I can easily get the crochet needle in there to pull joins through. And that's pretty much it, except for my cross stitch stuff. I mean, I just use regular needles and regular, like, just popular needles and popular stuff. And I use Q-snaps. I could pull one out, but all of them are on stuff right now, so I'd rather not. If you don't know what a Q-snap is, you can Google it. It's basically like kind of a little scroll, but on all, not a scroll. It's like a hoop, but it's much better about not crushing your work. I also do mine inside out. So instead of putting it so that it's stretched across the top, I do it so it's stretched across the bottom, so that what's touching the connectors is the outside of, like, the bottom of the work, the back of the work. So even if it messes it up, it's messing up a different side, which is helpful because that's the way it works. It's not like hoops where it messes up all sides. It's only gonna kind of sort of mess up the one side. And even then, it doesn't do very much. I usually put paper towels in between the locks and the actual frame, just to make sure. But I've never actually had a problem with it. I just do it just in case I have it on there for a long time, because sometimes I do. And even with these, I think if you leave them on long enough, it can distort it a little bit. But I think that's pretty much it. I don't have a lot to talk about this week. I didn't get a lot done last week, which is exactly why I didn't do a video. I mean, there's just been a lot going on. I've had a lot of doctor's appointments, and we've been waiting for housing to come through. Our friend just got a new house. We've been over there. And my dogs are coming up on their yearly stuff. Like, it's been a little crazy. I have been working out again, which takes a lot of my time. It's also why you won't see me standing up very much today. I am very sore. And so there's just a lot going on. I don't know how much I will be doing these videos. I will try to get one weekly if I have something to do or something to talk about. If I don't, I'll probably do it every other week just to, check in, show you what I've been working on. I will talk about the stuff that I've been knitting in a minute. But yeah, we've been doing a lot of stuff here. Like I don't know if I talked about our paint, but our paint that we're trying to repaint, it keeps coming off whenever we repaint, so it's a pain, and the walls are having to get spackled instead before we paint. It's a lot of work, and we're trying to grow grass, and it's just awful. But if you follow me on Instagram, I don't know how many people do. I have a few followers. You will know that I finally finished my shawl. It took way longer than it should have. But I finished it yesterday. And here it is. It still has, you'll see it's not completely finished. It's still got some stuff I have to weave in. But it is pretty much done. And it's actually pretty cool. It's pretty warm. Despite all the holes in it, the fabric feels really nice. And it's a pretty good size. I haven't blocked it yet. I don't know if I will since it's acrylic. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this just yet. I think it might be my test case for seeing how well this yarn does in the washing machine. It's supposed to be good for the washing machine. It looks so cool. It's supposed to be good for the washing machine, but as you may know, that does not always turn out to be the case. And I've heard that it pills quite a bit, which would not surprise me because it was pilling while I was trying to knit it, which doesn't bother me. It just means that I will have to make sure that I only do certain stuff with it that doesn't, look terrible with pilling. Like, you can't double knit if it's going to pill a lot. It wouldn't be too bad on this, really, I guess. But maybe mostly like sweaters or something. But yeah, it looks great. I love it so much, and it is actually really quite warm. It's so soft, and it looks so cool. Like, this part looks really cool. It's my first shawl also. I don't know if I says anything about that. This is not my first shawl that I've done, but it is the first shawl that I've finished. Probably if I try to do it again, I don't know if I would do the mesh this way. I probably would switch the mesh in the garter so that the mesh is this tiny area right here and the garter gets bigger. I like the way it looks like this, but it was a lot of work, and it just is. It takes me forever to do mesh. Uh, for some reason, I don't know why. I also will probably make it longer. I ended it earlier than I planned to, just because I think I was afraid of running out of yarn, but I have quite a bit left. Well, not quite a bit. I have this much left. Oh, it's getting my other yarn tangled in it. I have this much left, which is not a whole lot, but I might just use 2 skeins next time instead, because it would look even better if it was bigger. Like, it's definitely a summer one, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I decide to do. And I've decided also that I am going to get into designing more than I have been. Anyway, I'm going to get more into designing. So I'll still be putting made stuff, like things that I've made in my shop probably. But I think I'm going to get more into creating patterns. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet. I'm thinking more double knitting Fair Isle stuff because I really like pixel art, which that basically is. And like I said, I used to do magnets and stuff, which were like that. And it's what I've always really liked. It's why I like cross stitch. So I'll probably be designing stuff like that. I've been thinking about doing double knit bags, maybe some other stuff. I'm not sure yet. I'll be probably doing that soon rather than selling things that I've actually made. So we'll see where I go with that. I have not completely decided yet. But I'm excited. I'm excited to try and do something new. So we'll see. And then all I have left is the sweater I was working on. I don't know if I told you it was a sweater. It is a sweater. I don't really talk about it much because I didn't have enough time to work on it because I was working on other stuff and that shawl, which I finally finished. If you've seen it, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen a sneak peek of it. It's literally just a line right now. Like, it's just a line. I accidentally messed it up somewhere in here. I don't know what happened. I guess I dropped a stitch, and usually that's a pretty easy fix, but for some reason it went really wonky. I am not sure why. I tried to fix it, so now there's just a little itty bitty hole, and then let's see if I can find where that is. Oh yeah, right here. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I wonder if it's just, I'm not sure. I think maybe I did it backwards when I don't know. It doesn't matter. You can barely see it. So you can just barely see it here. But it's going to be this, basically it does this, and then you come up the middle and do the back, connect the 2 sides, and put the sleeves on. So it's a pretty easy sweater. It's my first sweater, so this is attached to that. That shouldn't be there. It's my first sweater, so it's why I tried something really easy. I wanted to do something garter related so that I could do it quickly. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it, but it's fun and it's good practice for me to get speedy with my knitting. I also just really wanted to do a sweater with this yarn. It's so comfortable and it's so soft, and it should be very washable, hopefully. So I wanted to see how that would turn out. But I've gotten a little further. I think I showed it to you last time I did a video. I've gotten a little further. The past couple days I've been working on it. Not a whole lot, but I've been taking it with me. I posted a picture. I've been taking it with me out to do stuff. Like if we're going out and we're going to have to wait, I bring it with me. When we're going over to friends, I bring it with me. I don't always get time to do it, but I bring it with me just in case I get time to do it, because it's just so easy. This one's so easy. I don't need a pattern or anything like that. I didn't show you my little, this is my row counter. It's actually really cool. You just click, 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 click. Oops, I accidentally clicked. But you can put it back to where it was too. Like, it's got these little things on the side, and you can lock it. I should have done that. You can lock it so that when you put it in your project bag, it won't accidentally click, which is really useful. I got it off the internet, I think, or from Hobby Lobby or something. It's pretty popular. It does not come with this chain. I had to add it to it. But I really like it. It's very useful. So I bring that, and I bring these, and I just go to town because I have to get to 126 rows of garter, and I'm only at 54. So I have quite a bit left before I split it into the back and the front. So I think that's it. I mean, I'm not really sure what else I have to talk about since, I haven't really done anything. Hopefully next week sometime, or maybe the week after that, I'll have started on some designs. I mean, I really want to work on this and maybe finish it. But I'm thinking of, just depending on how this goes through the washing machine, I'm thinking of doing double knit designs with it. Because it's very thin, and I feel like it'll look nice if I can. Obviously, if it doesn't hold up well, I can't. But, so we'll see how that goes. Either way, I think I might do some, I think I said it earlier, but I think I'm going to start doing double knit bags, maybe drawstring bags. I feel like those are really fun. I just have to find a bag design that I'd like, that I can do. I've never done them before, so it'll be a interesting experience. I'll have to find one that is easy enough to learn for me and for people that want to do it, and then I'll have to test knit and maybe get some other people to test knit. I don't know. We'll get there in someday. But I think it'll be fun to do pixel art, especially. I mean, Fair Isle is nice too, but I tend to be really into monochromatic, which I said last time. So double knit is more my style because it's only 2 colors. So we'll see. Unlike last time, I can finally put stuff on the sides here towards the end where we are now. I will probably be doing that. I don't know. I know I'll link to my Etsy shop, and I don't know if I'll link something else. I don't really. I mean, I guess I could link my Ravelry. I'm not sure. But I will be putting last week's video right here because you have to have a video to post links for some reason. And we'll get to that point, I guess. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not the best talker. Hopefully I get better. I don't know if you noticed on my ums. But most of that is, I'm not really sure what to talk about right now. If you like listening to me ramble, feel free to subscribe or, join my Ravelry group or anything like that. You can even follow me on Instagram because I actually am a lot more active on there than anywhere else. I'm trying to get back into Ravelry because if I'm going to try and design, that's where I need to be. But we'll see. So anyway, if you want, hit the subscribe button. That's what you say on YouTube, right? Subscribe button. I don't know. Feel free to leave me comments, ask me questions. I don't do tutorial videos as of yet, but I guess if I do something that you want to know how to do, so far it's been really basic stuff. But just let me know. I don't know. Yeah, so I'll see you guys either next week or the week after, depending on what happens this week. Thank you so much for tuning in, and goodbye, I guess. I don't know. Bye.